Hi, I'm Suzanne Marie from Hot Process Soap Making, and today we're going to talk about formulating hot process soap. And actually, this technique will work for just about any skincare product besides soap. If you're like me also, you've probably been making soap for a while and just following recipes that you find on the web or maybe in soap groups or soap book making books, and that's all fine and dandy. But today I'm going to teach you how to formulate your soap and other skincare products with a client or specific problem in mind. It's commonly termed as product development, and there are a number of good reasons why you should use it. And I am going to tell you that once you use it, you will use it for all of your product formulations because it will become much easier and much more familiar to you for you to use to formulate your products. What product development is a series of questions that help you to formulate more clearly. It answers the questions of what you are creating, who it is for, and why. And it helps you create a better product that in turn your customers or your friend will love if you design it with them in mind specifically. And who doesn't love to have a product formulated just for their specific skin issues? The first question you need to know is who is your target audience or the person that you want to create for. You may even be creating a soap for yourself, which is very easy to do as a model and practice, or for a friend as well who may have asked you to make a specific soap or help them solve a specific problem. So, who is your target audience? You need to know things like if they're married, retired, how much time they spend in the sun, do they smoke, do they like bar soaps, do they like liquid soap, do they like to buy natural products, do they like products that have fragrances in them, do they like products that have coloring in them. If you know someone that you're developing a soap for, this makes it much easier because you can get to know that person very intimately and design your product around them. Now, if you're trying to hit a specific target, don't get hung up on income levels and age ranges. You want to just basically know, model after someone that you may have knowledge of and know what their likes and dislikes are. If you're developing a body soap, then you need to know the kind of skin you're treating on the body is not the same as the skin on the face. So if a friend comes to you and asks you to make a soap for her and you know she has dry skin patches on her face, that doesn't necessarily mean her body also has dry skin. She could very well have very oily or problematic skin. So you need to know what kind of skin your client has. The next question is what problem or skin type are you formulating for? Are you going to formulate or make this for all skin types or all skin types but especially for sensitive skin? Are you making it for acne prone skin? Are you making it for dry skin? This could be a little bit overwhelming, especially if the person you are developing your product for has several skin issues such as eczema on the knees, oily skin on the back, and normal skin elsewhere. Just pick one or two of the major problems that you are trying to solve when you are formulating for any skincare and formulate around that. Once you know who your target audience is or the client that you're making the product for, you need to know what the purpose is of that product or soap. Is it going to provide mild cleansing and gentle exfoliation? Is it going to remove impurities, dead skin, and excess oil? Is it going to leave their skin feeling smooth and refreshed? Is it going to be a gentle and refreshing? You need to determine that based on your target audience. Your next question then is what properties or qualities do you want for your soap? Do you want your soap to be a bar soap that is loaded with natural ingredients such as cocoa butter and maybe cocoa powder, herbs, natural clays? Um, a bar soap that is made to detoxify and remove impurities such as charcoal soap, which is good for oily skin. Another example would be glycerin soaps. You can make melt and pour soap bases of your own. Does your friend need a very gentle moisturizing bar such as a glycerin bar? Creamy uh, cream soaps with clays in them to remove impurities, or even a liquid soap. You have to determine if they like colors. I have a friend that I develop olive oil liquid soaps for her because she has very sensitive skin and can't have colorants, fragrances, and can only use olive oil on her skin. Other things you're going to factor into your soap is if it's a cream soap, if it's a bar soap, a liquid soap, what kind of fragrances or essential oils will work well, not only for your client, but work well in the product as well. This can be a little bit tricky, so sometimes a little research online is needed. There are a lot of good soap groups out there on Facebook and other social medias that you could probably look into or follow and ask specific questions about essential oils, fragrances, clays, and whatnot that will work best in your product. And the last question is, what kind of packaging are you going to use? And you want to consider cost when you choose your packaging, overall cost with your target audience or your friend. So you need to determine the size that you will need of your packaging, what materials you might need, what kind of labels you're going to use. If you're going to use bottles, what size do you need? Are they going to be colored? Are they going to be PET bottles, recycled bottles? Are you going to use recycled packaging? You need to determine what how that is going to add to your product, especially if you're selling your soaps. If you're just a hobbyist and you don't sell your soaps for a living, you probably can make some pretty cute packaging, maybe even some custom packaging for whomever receives your soaps. But if you're doing this on a larger scale of selling, you definitely have to take cost of packaging into consideration for your soaps. So here are the questions once again for product development. I encourage you to use them as much and as often as you can when you are developing any skincare product. It can be a little bit trickier for some skincare, especially lotions. Next, we're going to be going over suitable ingredients to use in your soap. It's going to take me a couple days to compile the list for you, but there are some oils and butters that actually are not very helpful in using for soap, and we're going to go over those, which to use and which not to use, which botanicals work best, which essential oils work best or are safe for skin, and I hope to have that all done for you in the next few days. I apologize if this video is late today. I can't believe it. We actually had a windstorm where I live and it knocked out some of the power and internet, so I might be having some issues uploading this. But please post your comments on my Facebook page or any questions that you may have, and I'll try to help you as best as I can. Thank you very much.